You have 7 seconds before a stranger decides if you're worth their time, their trust, or their respect. 7 seconds before they write a story about you that you never agreed to. And here's the part that will keep you up at night. They're almost always wrong about you. But they're wrong in a way that is terrifyingly predictable. And if you don't understand the exact mechanism running underneath this, you will spend your entire life being underestimated by people who never actually met the real you. This isn't some fluffy advice about first impressions. This is hardwired survival biology, and it has been sabotaging you since the day you were born. Let me prove how deep this goes. Imagine 2 people walk into a room. Person A strides in, shoulders back, voice booming, eyes locked on everyone. Your brain screams, confident, capable, leader. Person B lingers at the door, speaks softly, glances at the floor. Your brain whispers, insecure, unsure, follower. Now here's the gut punch. Person A grew up in a golden bubble, never tested, never challenged. That confidence is hollow armor. Person B survived actual chaos. Every hesitation is battlefield calculation. Every downward glance is them reading the room faster than anyone else. They are the most emotionally intelligent person in that room. But your brain didn't see any of that. Your brain saw posture and volume and made its verdict in 1/10 of a second. And that verdict sticks like glue. Psychologists call it the halo effect. One visible trait infects everything else you assume about a person. Attractive? Suddenly they're smart and kind too. Confident? Suddenly they're competent and trustworthy. Quiet? Suddenly they're weak and forgettable. We do this because our brains are energy-hungry machines that despise effort. Judgment is a shortcut, and shortcuts murder truth on contact. I need you to feel this in your bones. Sarah was the sharpest mind in her entire graduate program. Papers published, problems cracked that stumped everyone else. But she had a tell. When she spoke in groups, her hand drifted to her collar, barely there, a flicker of nervous energy. After 2 years of crushing it, her advisor finally admitted, "I didn't take you seriously at first. You seemed unsure of yourself." 2 years of brilliance nearly erased because of a micro gesture near her neck. Then there's Marcus. Built a company from 0 to 200 employees. For a full decade, people assumed he was the IT guy, not the founder, not the CEO, the IT guy. Because he wore glasses, because he was black, because he spoke with precision instead of volume. The gap between what people saw and who he actually was broke their brains. So they rewrote him into something their pattern matching could handle. Here is the secret nobody whispers out loud. Judgment has almost nothing to do with you. It is entirely about the judge's internal reference library. When someone meets you, they are not seeing you. They are running a frantic search against every face, every voice, every body language pattern stored in their memory. You are being stacked against their ex who cheated, their father who abandoned them, a villain from a movie, the kid who bullied them in 7th grade. You become a living Rorschach test, and you have 0 control over what they project onto your blank spaces. But there is a crack in the system, and it is everything. Your brain runs every new person through 3 filters. I call them the 3 S's. Safety. Does this person threaten me or my social standing? Similarity. Is this person my tribe or an outsider? Status. Where do they sit in the invisible hierarchy I carry in my head? Every tiny signal you emit gets fed into this algorithm. The breakthrough is this. You only need to dominate one of these three to override a bad read on the others. Low status but high safety and similarity, people will protect you, mentor you, fight for you. Different but unmistakably high status, people will respect you, even if they hate you. The death trap is when all three collapse against you. Threatening plus different plus low status. That is when people don't just dismiss you, they actively work to diminish you. Marginalized people get funneled into this trap constantly, not because of who they are, but because of how the algorithm processes their existence. So stop asking how to stop being judged. You cannot stop it. Start asking which axis you will own. Most people charge straight at status. That is a bloodbath. Status is the most crowded battlefield on Earth. But safety? Safety is the undervalued gold mine. Make someone feel genuinely safe in your presence, not just comfortable, but truly safe, and you slip past every defense they have. Their brain stops scanning for threats and starts hunting for connection. The method is not being nice. It is being predictable. Not boring, predictable. Consistent rhythm in your eye contact. Consistent warmth in your voice. Consistent energy that people can read without effort. When your behavior becomes legible, people exhale. They stop analyzing you and finally start experiencing you. I learned this by getting destroyed. 5 years ago, I walked into the pitch meeting of my life. Prepared, qualified, ready. But I was carrying rage I didn't even know I had. Rage at myself, at my circumstances, at how brutally hard I had fought just to stand in that room. And it leaked everywhere. Jaw locked tight, sentences clipped short, face frozen. Not hostile, just closed. They passed. The feedback shredded me. Seemed like he didn't want to be here. I wasn't judged on my business plan or my numbers or my vision. I was judged on my emotional state. And my emotional state told a story I never authorized. The second time, I changed exactly one thing. Not power poses in a bathroom mirror. That is debunked pseudoscience. I did something deeper. I spent 90 seconds before every single meeting summoning one specific memory. My grandmother's kitchen. Bread rising in the oven. The bone-deep feeling of being enough exactly as I was. I carried that warmth into every room. Not confidence. Warmth. They funded me. Same plan, same person, different signal. This is not fake it until you make it. This is the brutal reality that your internal state broadcasts externally, whether you permit it or not. And you cannot control the broadcast until you confront the source. Now, I'm going to say something that will sting. Some of you are being judged harshly because your signals are telling the truth. And the truth is that right now, in this season of your life, you are someone people do not want to be around. Not because you are evil, because you are wounded. Because resentment drips from your words. Because envy poisons your silences. Because bitterness seeps out of every interaction before you speak a single syllable. And people feel it. Their lizard brain feels it, and they recoil before their conscious mind even catches up. You have two choices. You can blame the world for being cruel and shallow and unfair. Or you can look in the mirror and ask what you are actually putting into the atmosphere every time you enter a room. I know that is harsh. I know because I had to ask myself, and the answer humiliated me. I was so armored, so defensive, so ready to be rejected that I was pushing away every single person who genuinely wanted to help me. The judgment wasn't wrong about me. It was reading me with painful accuracy. I just despised what it saw. But here is where it turns. Judgment is lightning fast and devastatingly shallow. It skims the surface. It never reaches the depths. And depth is where you bury the competition. Oprah was told she was too emotional and too dark for television. Steve Jobs was fired from the company he built. Malala took a bullet for daring to learn. Your favorite artist was laughed out of audition rooms. Every single one of them outlasted the algorithm. They stayed in the room long enough to feed it new data. Because the algorithm updates, slowly, relentlessly. One interaction won't flip a first impression. 10 might crack it. 50 will shatter it. Your mission is not to win those first 7 seconds. Your mission is to make those first 7 seconds just good enough to earn the next 7, and the next, and the next, until the real you finally punches through the projection and demands to be seen. If you are exhausted from being misunderstood, underestimated, dismissed before you open your mouth, then hear this. I am not asking you to change who you are. I am asking you to become fluent in the language of human perception so that who you are inside can finally match who people see outside. The world does not need you louder. It needs you intentional. Every signal you send is a bridge or a wall. Build the bridge. Start now. If this hit you, if you felt that cold recognition in your chest, I built something for you. A full breakdown of the exact microsignals that determine whether people open up or shut down around you, plus the specific daily exercises to recalibrate them. Link is in the description. This is not for everyone. This is for the ones who are done being invisible. Drop a comment and tell me about a time you were judged completely wrong. I read every single one. And if this video cracked something open for you, share it with someone fighting the same war. They need to see this. Subscribe if you want the raw truth about human behavior that nobody else has the guts to say out loud. New video next week. Until then, be intentional. Be undeniable. Be seen.